No mask, vaccinated. Happy to be here. On behalf of the Lone Star chapter of the Sierra Club, we are opposed to SB1, including with the amendments. As an organization, we certainly support legislation that increases the opportunity to vote and increases participation in our democratic process. I'll say we were very happy in the last election to see so many Texans vote. And part of the reason we saw so many Texans vote is we expanded access through things like vote by mail, 24-hour voting, drive-through voting, expanding early voting. Those are good things. When we have more people participate, good ideas float to the top. I think both political parties can point to victories they had with more people voting. So we should be proud of that. And in our view, you guys should be taking up bills that increase access to voting. And instead, the bill before you, on the whole, makes it harder for people to vote and takes away some of those options. And we're just very concerned about this narrative that we have problems with our elections, and therefore we have to fix those problems without doing the other part, which is to improve access to elections. And we are very concerned that the poll watcher provision could be used as a way to intimidate voters if it's not properly implemented. And so we would urge this committee to reject SB1 and instead look at opportunities to make it easier in Texas to register to vote, make it easier to have local options for expanded hours to vote early, which I think is a good thing for mail-in voting, for curbside voting with appropriate regulations, obviously, and generally for mail-in voting as well. We think those are good options for Texans, and it benefits all of Texas when more people are participating in the democratic process, and I would urge you to reject the bill that's before you. And I do have written comments that go into more depth, which I will leave with whoever the appropriate person to leave written comments with is. And happy to answer any questions.
Members, questions for Cyrus, for Mr. Reed? All right. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it, Cyrus. Thank you for joining us.
Emphasize that increase.
Hold on. Senator Hall, did you have a question?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, you're recognized. I didn't see a hand, so I'm dismissing him, and you're asking him questions. So hold on, Cyrus.
I'm still here.
Senator Hall has a question. You're recognized, Senator Hall.
You talk and that what we need to do is greatly increase the number of people voting. Is there any thought that you give to assuring that those people who are voting are eligible to vote? I have yet to hear that mentioned by anybody who wants to talk about increased voting, increase the numbers. No one ever expresses concern about protecting those people who are eligible to vote in this. When we talk about increasing the number of votes, not caring about whether they're eligible or not, that infringes upon the rights of those who are actually eligible to vote.
Thank you for allowing me to correct the record and say increasing the opportunity of voters who are eligible to vote. Certainly we don't want people who aren't eligible to vote, but we do want to increase access to opportunities to vote for those who are eligible.
And the emphasis here is protecting that by making sure what this bill is about in part is making sure that those people who are not eligible to vote are voting. And so we can't overlook the importance, and I think you admitted that and agreeing to that, the importance of making sure that those who are not eligible do not vote.
The bill before us takes away options to expand voting, and we were opposed to taking away those options. And so that is the basis of my testimony. Thank you.
Okay. Members, any other questions for Cyrus? All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cyrus, for joining.